Started the show. I knew that would bring a laugh to your guys' faces.
Wow.
Yes, welcome. It is a Thursday night, and we are offering Thursday night Titters. It is myself, Wes, Chris Dingley, and Steve Healy. How you guys doing? How are you doing, Steve?
I'm very like you. I had a day off today, so a day off from everything. I just watched conspiracy theory documentaries and 80s movies, and just it was very cool. I needed a day off, so it's very nice.
Are you going to delve deeper into your conspiracy theories?
I watched a conspiracy theory documentary called Zeitgeist. I wanted to watch Plandemic, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I watched Zeitgeist.
I'll find you the link, because trust me, it is going to exist forever.
Of course, I know. But,
but I didn't forever.
What?
What's going to exist forever?
Plandemic.
Oh, right. I thought you meant Zeitgeist.
Yeah, Zeitgeist. Yes. Well, Zeitgeist goes into how 9/11 was an inside job and stuff. So it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was like, it was a nice day to spend a nice way to spend a few hours. Yeah, so that was my day.
Cool. And you yourself, Mr. Dingley?
I had someone once. There was once there was a producer who had gotten in touch and wanted and one was like, oh man, okay, look, I want you to script this thing for me, about 9/11, and it was this whole thing. And then the more we delved, it was brought to me by someone else, and the more we sort of delved into what this guy wanted to do, it turns out to be this whole how 9/11 was actually
an
inside job, and I remember having a meeting when the penny dropped, the moment in the meeting when the penny dropped, it was me, the guy who sort of made the introduction, and this producer guy, and there were the two of us kind of like, yeah. That moment of sort of
we're going.
The moment of you could see I could see it in the other dude's face. It was that moment of, okay, how do we start to extract ourselves from this conversation? It would have been much easier had it been Zoom, because we could have just gone like this.
Just frozen. And then,
very, very slowly.
What about you, Wes? How was your day today?
The day was full of telephone calls and meetings and stuff like that. But it was good. I'm actually taking part in 2 conferences right now.
Now,
as we speak.
Well, I could rejoin the conference now if I decided to.
Wow,
it's still going because they're both based in the States.
Business groups.
It's a little bit bigger than this. These would be physical conferences that I normally would have gone to,
right?
But they're actually happening online instead. So it's interesting having an online conference.
What are the topics being discussed at this conference?
Gaming. Well, one is a gaming conference, and the other is blockchain. It's a big blockchain thing.
Blockchain.
Yeah, it's what's it called? Zobcoin came up in one of my conversations.
Did it? Wow. Yeah. Well, okay. If you need me, if they need to talk to the guy, just get
that's the guy right there.
It's the guy.
Indeed. How about we go on to our first meme of the day?
Yes, and hello to everybody watching us. Did we say that already?
Yes.
Hello,
Ruben. Hello. If you're out there watching us, just hit a key on the comments, just so that we know you're there. Any key. Any key's fine. So 2020, the year my bin went out more than me.
I've caught myself doing this thing where when I take out the rubbish in the morning, I do this. I don't know if it's a middle-aged thing or if it's a COVID thing. I take out the rubbish and then I kind of hang out a bit outside my front door,
Taking a moment.
Yeah, you know, like a bit of a stretch. You know, a bit of a kind of like, shouldn't J.O. Shitty dream.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not COVID. It's an age thing, Chris. It's what old men do.
I was going to go for a COVID thing because it's just okay. A little bit of peace and quiet. Hello, Cheryl Ann. Thank you for joining. Yeah, no, I think it's my job to take out the garbage, and take out the garbage from where I am seated right now is not more than 15 steps. Do you know how many times in the last 60 days I forgot about it? Possibly about 30.
Terrible. You're a terrible man.
Really?
Terrible man, husband and father.
Highlights of my day.
I just no, but the thing is, I say, okay, now I'll take it out. But I usually say, let me turn on the computer first, and then a message comes up or an email comes up, and it's like,
it's
okay,
a goldfish, Wes. You're like a goldfish. You get distracted too easily.
Indeed.
Why does this guy have a wait? I'm not done with that one because there's a mannequin back there behind the.
There is.
Yes, and it says
of a policeman.
It says thank you for all. I can't read the last two words.
That is a bit weird.
Thank you to all the frontline workers. It says on that mannequin's one.
But but that doesn't explain the mannequin.
Why is a mannequin? No. It might not be a mannequin. It might just be a cardboard cutout.
Could be as well.
It might just be like a way of saying thank you to them because that looks like a police person.
It does.
I thought it was a baseball cap, but anyway.
Let's go back. Yeah, it's a baseball. It is a baseball cap there. But let's move on to our next one. Gerard is the best example of social distancing. Be like Gerard.
Is this referring to his infamous slip?
Yeah. Well, I would say not just only the slip, but he's kept the distance from the Premier League title. Sorry?
I'm going to... What's that, Chris?
A slip as in the thing that women wear to go.
No, a slip as in he slipped up. He slipped. He literally during a match he slipped. The ball went to I think they're playing Chelsea, right? And then
it was in the cup final. It was in the with the UEFA the.
I don't think it was. I think it was something to do with the league. I think that's why they lost. They lost the game. Yeah.
He did fall flat on his ass.
Yeah, he fell flat on his ass. But talking of Gerard, I'm going to send you a picture now. Let me just find it. I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture of. No, I'll send it from here. Yeah, this is a picture of Steve Gerrard. Actually, so this is nice for all Liverpool fans. Steve Gerrard
naked.
No. Carry on. Do another meme.
Okay, I'm going to go to another meme. So Gerard Piqué, so Barcelona is just going back to training. Whereas a couple of football memes because this should have been the last week of the football season.
Yes, this weekend. Yes.
It was the last week of the football, and Gerard Piqué wrote just a couple of days, a day or two ago. First training session. I have not been bitten. You should wear these more often, brother. Luis Suarez.
Even I get this one.
Even he gets it, bro.
I thought that was good. It was class stuff.
So I've just sent you a picture of Gerard actually with the league title.
What?
So,
okay, we're gonna find out. Hold on. Let me give me a second so I can get that from.
And all those words are true. It's Steven Gerrard with the league title. It's all those words are true. That was the closest he ever got to.
Okay. Hold on a second.
To get in the league title.
Yeah. Don't raise your hopes, everybody.
No. It's a true picture. It's Steven Gerrard with the league title and with the league trophy.
Here we are. It's coming up. There you go.
And it was. Okay. It's definitely not worth this weight. It's definitely not worth.
Sorry about that. But
as Oz and Jay's sports update.
We've built it up way too much now.
That's why it was easier if you shared it. There we are.
There you go. So that's Steven Gerrard. There you go. Steven Gerrard with a league title. Just happens to be a league title that Everton won. But that was as close as he was an Everton fan. And that's when he got his hands on the league title. The one and only time he did that. There you go. That's for all our Liverpool fans.
Being the end of the season as well, we have this one. The world was good and healthy for 30 years until Liverpool decided they wanted to win the EPL. Lockdown. Now is a good time to walk alone.
No, very true.
That's
very true.
That's
I have nothing to say about this.
They wanted people to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" together.
Oh, I know. I got that reference.
I'm not going to sing that. I'd prefer to get the virus.
So, EU, Italy is the most corrupt country in Europe. This is just a random EU meme. Romania, Bulgaria, just looking in, and look at Malta.
Yeah,
all happy there. Yeah, these are the sort of memes we're coming across these days. Malta is known as the dirty boy of corruption. Interesting. By the way, you heard about the think tank? I'm quite sure of.
How does this guy not fall over more?
I don't know. I don't. Well, it's just impressive.
Should he be doing his own social media? Shouldn't he have a guy or a person to do this for him? Like, hasn't he realized that he needs somebody that every time? But a lot of politicians, when they get on social media and they're faux pas every time they get on social media. Why can't they just employ somebody to look after their social media accounts?
Beyond the spelling mistake, I mean, all right, maybe it's autocorrect. Let's assume it's autocorrect. But even beyond that, there's not a single bloody teacher on this think tank. You're deciding a way forward for education, and there isn't a single teacher. I didn't realize that. Yeah, it was only afterwards that they invited the Malta Union of Teachers to join, which is just like what?
I mean, the thing is, he doesn't even have the excuse that he's been in long enough in the job to completely hate the MUT. So he left them out on purpose. He's only been there for what, 6 weeks in this job?
Yeah,
8 weeks. It was a bit of a mistake on his part, but yes, a think tank.
Think tank.
It's when you thank people for thinking. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. It's a think tank. Yeah, but again, let's be kind and say that was an auto. It was just autocorrect. But I mean, it's a think tank about education, so you'd expect maybe someone should have checked that.
Instead of like a think tank sounds like something that nerds would have, in a debate.
Yeah.
You'd be like, no, right now, until now, I've just lobbed a few arguments, but now watch my think tank coming out.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, that sounds like nerd dirty talk, actually.
It does sound like dirty talk. Like, yeah.
Sounds like
you want to see my think tank, baby?
You want to see my think tank?
So we've been living with kids, or at least myself and Chris have, and many of you out there have been as well. Kids every single day of quarantine. That's just about right. Yes, agreed.
I didn't realize you were taking photos of my kitchen. How did you do that?
Yeah.
Are they raiding the fridge all the time? Are they constantly in the fridge?
Well, they raid the cupboards and the fridge. They have to move a chair to get up to it.
Right. Okay.
But
they've worked it out. Process. Good for them.
Here's an interesting thing, Chris, because right now I'm trying to get my at least my oldest watching some classic films, and we're having an argument at home whether The Gremlins is suitable for a 6-year-old or not. I remember I was about 6 years old when I watched it.
But that depends on the 6-year-old. You get your daughter to watch many things, though. Has she seen Star Wars?
Yes.
Yeah, you see, I'd say that's most 6-year-olds have not seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, no.
I mean, I remember watching The Gremlins right after I watched The Goonies, and I thought it was going to be the same sort of movie because they both began with a G, and it wasn't. And I was pretty scared. I was about 8, I think, and I was like, oh god, yeah, it was a bit much for me.
I'd say it's not a 6-year-old movie, no.
Yeah, what I think I'll do is I'll do the same thing I did because what did we watch last week, which she loved? We watched Mrs. Doubtfire last week, which Mondo shot some shade with this.
No, that's not like The Gremlins all.
Yes, show her Human Centipede, and then
exactly.
Gremlins will look like
everything.
Nothing compared to
it's a shock tactic. That's not a bad idea. A bit of shock tactic over there.
You remember last week you saw Mrs. Doubtfire. Now I'm going to show you something. It's also about taking on a different kind of personality. Well, let's just.
Now we're going to watch Hostel 2, and then
But yes, the Gremlins. Now speaking of kids, here is another little meme for you boys. So quarantine day 11-3. My kids can no longer tell if I'm trying to entertain them or I'm losing my damn mind. My question is, how did they get that kid to pose like that? Because there's no way you could get a kid, like tell a kid, make that face.
Yeah.
My question is, how do you know they're not in on it? You know, how do you know they're not going mission accomplished?
Yeah, they're trying to drive you crazy.
That, you know, it's absolutely, you know, if you got more than one kid, they're conspiring, you know, between them.
For sure.
There's a movie about that one, so about babies actually being in charge.
Yes, Boss Baby. Boss Baby.
Yeah. There you go. Maybe it's happening for real.
Yep. Maybe they're taking over the world. We also have a stuck at home with my family size.
Yeah,
Jameson. A little plug for Jameson there. If Jameson would like to,
a little plug for Jameson. Yeah, they might just want to sponsor. They might want to say, hey, or at least sneak a couple of bottles over. That would help as well.
I'm out. Yeah.
By the way, here's what a beer sitting on top of a bar looks like, in case anybody's forgotten.
I do miss going to the pub. I really do. Oh my god! I really do.
I saw this today, and I said I couldn't help it, but it was just like I had to, have a cold beer today.
I miss it. Yeah, God.
Will that be the first place you go? They say, okay, everything's open. Go.
Yeah.
Where's the first? Yeah. Is it going to be the first place? The pub?
Yeah. I mean, where else? Like, definitely. I mean, where else would you could? I suppose I could go to a comedy club, but I'm not going to go to a comedy club unless I'm working. And yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd go to. But yeah, before everything, before I go to the movies or to see a play or anything, I would go get a beer. Yes, for sure. What about you?
I would go to. I would like to go to a sushi buffet, but more realistically, is probably the playground with my kids. But my vote would be sushi buffet.
Before a pub.
Well, we don't really have pubs here. We've got more like bars.
A bar, but you know,
it's not the same thing though, is it? There are pubs. Don't get me wrong. Before people jump on me and say, "Oh, we have pubs."
I'm a pub.
Yeah. But I don't miss bars as such. Pubs, yes, I do miss, but I miss them anyway because they're not as plentiful here. I can think of maybe 3 pubs on the island.
Yeah. And what about Wesley told us last week? Restaurants is what he is.
No, for sure. You're gonna go out for a nice meal where you get in there at 7 o'clock and you leave at 2 a.m. So it's just like food and wine. Oh,
that's the worst.
What?
Yeah, Chris hates that.
Long meals.
I love them.
No, man, I get so jumpy. I just, eat and want to move, leave.
Okay, I'm with Chris actually on that. Unless there's a reason to be there. Unless but now we're meeting more people and then it becomes drinks. Unless there's a reason.
No. Obviously, it would become drinks. No. I'm saying you go in there. You start with your first course, and then you go outside, have a cigarette, and you talk a bit more, and you just make it a whole long evening, just one evening of food and drink.
It's too much. It's too long.
Yeah, too much. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
There you go. Chris.
Okay, you guys let us know.
Raining on everyone's parade, puzzled.
It's not just a restaurant. It's also like, I don't know, a Sunday lunch, family Sunday lunch or something like that. If it takes too long, I'm like, come on, guys. We've reached our quota. We've done it. Let's do something else now.
Yeah, there you go. And on that note, should we move to another meme?
I'm not very sociable.
Make up your mind. We can't keep beaming you up and down, says the aliens. Considering they were just discovered, I have a feeling they might be doing this. I thought this was just cute. Now, this is one for you and Steve. Now, find out who's been keeping me from writing.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
I saw this one and I was like, this one's coming up.
Yeah.
How often are you your own distraction when you're working?
All the time. But not only in COVID times, but since always. My phone
all the time.
I never put my phone on silent, even though I think about it. So I think I should put my phone on silent. Like, nah, if it calls, I'll take the call. If I type the word boobs, I've told you this before. If I'm writing, like when I write the Yellow Panzer, I type the word boobs all the time. Every time I type the word boobs, it pops in my head, boobs. So now I've thought about them, I should have a quick look. So I'm always like, so just like, even if I, so I do kind of, but if I type them up, I'll just, I don't go down like porn rabbit holes, but I'll just get on Twitter. I follow a few people on Twitter. I know that they're going to be showing this. So I'll be like, just have a quick look. Okay. 30-second look. Okay, I'm back. And then like 2 seconds later.
So it's not getting stuck in a tornado.
Mela, instead of writing boobs, give yourself a code word like
it won't work.
Heavy checks or something.
See, Andrea Gallia agrees with me. Long boozy lunches. There we are.
No, it won't work.
Mandate you and Andrea Gallia.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But you never get stuck down a porn rabbit hole, as you called it.
Oh, me? I do, but when it comes to writing, actually, I'm quite disciplined. So I give myself that 30 seconds to kind of do that, and then I get back to it. I could give myself 30 seconds, like honestly, 20 times in an hour. So I could be, but then I kind of get back to it, and so I'm quite. And then at the end of the day, it'll be like, all right, this is the last half hour. This I might as well, and then I just kind of go off into, and. Do my own thing. I don't do my own. Well, sometimes
you actually do your own thing, literally. COVID times. The thing is, I'm finding the memes are stretching out now. We're seeing a lot of the same thing, a lot of similar things. Restaurants in 2019, restaurants in 2020. That is what someone who is delivering shit looks like.
Take this shit and get out. The other day we had a bit of a wake up call. We ordered some food, and the delivery guy called us up, and I automatically started to sort of explain where we live, because we live in Swatar. It's a bit of a maze. It's quite difficult to get around. So I automatically started to explain where we live, and he's like, No. I know where you live. I've delivered to you before, and he mentioned another place that we've ordered takeaway from. So so this guy's doing the rounds as a delivery driver for different places, and it made me think, man, I think we're ordering up too much. We're running out of delivery guys.
You've gone through them all. They're like, hey, well, that's customer.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we know this lot.
Now, today, there was some big news in Malta. I'm sure you heard about it. There was a spike. Should we be scared or not?
I thought you were going to talk about Artists United, which is also big news. And we will be talking about that later.
We'll be talking about that a little bit later. But no, there was a spike today. There was the big bad spike. And should we be scared of the spike or not?
Mela, spikes Jara. So what exactly happened? So what was
today? So after in the last month, I think the highest number of cases we've had was something like 8 or 9 cases in the last 30 days.
Right.
Most days it was like it's 2, 1. It was sort of down those numbers, and today it just jumped up to 14. Oh, we've lost Chris. Oh, there he is.
Here.
Okay,
I'm here.
Okay. So yes, it jumped up to 14. So should we be scared or not? What do you guys think?
I say we shouldn't be scared, but we should be scared of using random capital letters in a sentence where they don't belong.
Should we be scared or
actually not? I edited that along the way. I edited it because should we be scared? ? Or not? And then I removed the question mark.
I like how that without any context. It's Spike. Should we be scared? What is Spike? What, Milligan?
Yeah, Spike. Spike, the dog from the Tom and Jerry cartoons. Should we be scared or not?
It's like,
I don't know, man. You guys out there, what are your thoughts who are listening out there?
Are you scared, Wes? Are you scared, Wes?
It's not scared. It's it's just it could be another sign of everything going back up, because we've seen it happen in Germany. They're considering another lockdown, an even tougher one than last time. Apparently in China, Yeah. It was. I think we read about it yesterday or the day before. They're considering it. They're considering going on another lockdown because they lifted restrictions and things got a little bit shitty again. So
is this the start of the second wave?
Yeah, the second wave.
Who knows?
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think like what could have caused this? Like 2 weeks ago, what? How
lifting restriction? I wonder when opening all the shops.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks since the shops opened.
It was Monday, 4th May.
Also, it doesn't matter if the shops had opened or not. Were people being a little bit more? I'll be a bomb 2 weeks ago.
Hello,
well, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Exactly 2 weeks ago was the public holiday, wasn't it? 1st of May.
Yes.
Everyone went out and met up with each other.
So maybe that's kind of has something to do with it.
Lifting
restrictions plus Mother's Day is
Mother's Day. Yeah, I don't know. Also, you've got to today might be an anomaly. Tomorrow might go back to 2. You don't know. So you got to see if there's a trend for a MEMS trend or not. Like here, there's definitely the cases here are definitely going to go up massively even in a week's time. They're going to go up because people have just been, last week no one was paying any attention to the lockdown at all. So, yeah. Yes.
Okay, Joanna says it's the start of the new future. COVID will stay like swine flu is still here.
Is it?
Of course, but then there'll be a vaccine and we'll all be cool about it. Or you'll get herd immunity, like what's happening in Sweden, apparently. Some days I hear that Sweden's doing really well, and then other days I hear that Sweden's doing terribly.
Yeah, I really think they just change the tune on Sweden depending on how much they want their own government to change their tune, sort of thing. So they just report different things.
It's one of those countries that nobody knows that much about. So you can go, oh well, in Sweden they're doing this, and people go,
I know things about Sweden.
What do you know about Sweden?
Dolph Lundgren is from Sweden. Russo Taroki 4, he's from Sweden.
But what do you actually know? Name their prime minister.
I think she's a woman. No, that's Finland. That's Finland. There's a Finnish, yes.
Don't know. Nobody knows.
His name is something like it is.
Do they even have a prime minister? Does Stockholm even exist?
Well, there's a syndrome. There's a Stockholm syndrome. There's something to do with that.
That's why they all stayed.
That's why I reckon you can use Sweden for anything.
You could. And speaking of which, by the way, this is a good demonstration of what social distancing should be all about. So if you can't work out what social distancing is, that is exactly a good demonstration of it. Do you get that, Chris?
No, I don't.
It's a play on words, Chris. It's a 2 meters apart.
Oh, dumb. That's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
That's so dumb.
When I saw it, I was like, I love this. Yes, 2 meters apart. Exactly. So let's move on to the next one. Now, if a fart can get through 2 ass cheeks, underwear, and jeans, what makes you think a virus ain't coming through that mask?
Very true. That's science for you. That's science.
Hold on, what's this, Joanna?
That is how science should be delivered as well.
Lol, Steve, money heist talk. Money heist talk?
I don't know what I said.
No idea.
Sweden.
She will tell us. Oh, Stockholm.
Cool.
Oh, Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm.
Yes. If cool. you'll see a scenario of it if you watch that, Chris, because Chris has to find a new TV show to watch because he's finished the best television show in a very long time.
I started to watch The Mandalorian yesterday, and it's very good. So
you just got through episode 1.
I finished episode 1. Yes,
I've seen episode 1, and I've got halfway through episode 2 about 17 times, and I'm a Star Wars fan. I can't get past it for some reason.
Okay, well maybe boring. Because is it boring?
It's just very different. It's very silent. It's very silent. There's a lot that happens, but it's one of those things that you have to watch. It's very beautiful to watch.
Right.
as an episode.
And you don't like watching. Movies.
No, you know Wes. He does a billion things at the same time. He's watching, but he's also attending two
taking part in a conference.
Yes, exactly. It's called multitasking, boys.
Yeah,
get with it.
Selling a new show.
That's it.
Posting on Facebook.
Speaking of which, we will be announcing a new show that I will be directing and producing shortly, because I just got the rights for it this afternoon.
Process.
So we'll be doing that shortly here. But when Little launched their annual barbecue at 1995, how is social distancing going to work? Asking for a friend.
God, can we stop using asking for a friend? I'm out of all this thing, I can't get past asking for a friend. It is so. It's not funny. It's not ironic. It's nothing. It is so fucking ridiculous. What do you mean? If there is a God, then COVID is his punishment for asking for. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't make you seem cleverer. It makes you seem like a dick. Asking for a friend, for fuck's sake.
Oh, thank you very much for that. That is going to be
horn sound effects. Where's horn sound?
Yes. That's coming up. Yep. And that is a Steve talk. Thank you very much for that, Steve.
The rest is the rest of the little thing I can agree with now.
Oh,
wow.
Love it. Yeah. So little barbecues and never mention asking for a friend around Steve Healy. Oh, brilliant.
I can't. I just it triggers me.
You're telling me. The mask's gonna kill me before the virus. Hell, I can't breathe. Now
it must be hard in hot places, though.
It's getting hotter here, and yesterday I had to wear a mask for a short period, and I didn't have a mask on me. So I made an impromptu one using a cloth that I found in the car, and it is friggin' hot. By the way, Joanna agrees with us. Geez, Steve, got that off your chest.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Joanna.
Yeah. So mask. I wore it for a couple of minutes, and I was sweating. I could not take it. I don't know how we're going to do summer with masks on.
It wasn't a proper mask, was it? You yourself said you just put your underpants around your face. What did you?
No, I had it. There was a cloth in the car which I put around my face. But it's going to be hella hot.
Comfortable. It's not comfortable, is it? It's gonna suck in summer.
Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course. When we came from Australia, I wore it for like 22 hours on the flight, and I was like, I hated every second of it. But then you get used to it.
It wasn't that hot on the plane.
No, but it's just, dude, you're on a plane for 22 hours. It's already horrible, and then you've got this on your face as well. So, and it wasn't even a proper mask. It was the masks that people use when they're painting. When they're sprayed, because we didn't have any masks. We just get them from a hardware store, and it's just like, oh god,
the dust shield.
So it is horrible, but maybe sit down, Mr.
I mean, it's difficult because it's me, Steve.
Those are going to sell like hotcakes. By the way, I have a feeling some people are going to be doing a lot of those because you don't even know who you're talking to. I mean, imagine, Chris, you and Thomas Camilleri being in the same room with masks on.
I think you could tell from their eyes. They do not look exactly the same except from the nose down, Wes. There is a little bit of difference.
So let me look at their noses to let's say we meet Thomas Camilleri and Chris Dingley outside in the summer while there's still a bit of social distancing going on. You're not going to know who they are because he's going to have glasses on and we're going to be screwed. There's the color of their skin.
Cool. So I can go around and pretend to be Thomas Camilleri and no one would know.
What would you do, Chris? What would you do if you had that power? Exactly.
Oh.
Okay. What's this about Sweden? In Sweden, they they have a very handsome singer, You just made that guy's name up.
No, he was the guy. He was the guy who sang that song, the fairy tale song. I've been in love in a fairy tale.
Hey, look, to borrow a concept from Malcolm Gallia, okay, Sweden is it's a furniture country, and I don't mean because of IKEA. I mean because it's there just to fill in countries, because we need countries in the world, because otherwise the world would be empty. So it's just a country that's there, filling in space for people to refer to and recognize the flag.
To you people watching, if you know a Swedish person, I want you to type their name in the comments and tag them now, because we don't believe.
I really hope somebody tags Dolph Lundgren.
That would be awesome if Dolph Lundgren.
Zmermelo.
Yes, tag them, because we don't believe they exist.
Zmermelo. What was the name of that Swedish playmate? The very famous Swedish playmate, Hans Zimmer. Swedish.
Anderson.
No. She was Victoria Silva. Victoria Silvstedt. Yes,
Victoria Silvstedt.
Yes. She was very famous and Swedish, so they definitely exist.
Oh, his song is Heroes. Yes. Okay. Yes, I know the one that she's referring to as well, unfortunately. So ripping off your mask when you get back in the car is the new taking off your bra when you get home. I wouldn't know. Maybe some of the girls can inform me.
Weirdly, I kind of have a bit of a thing about this. Yes, because I've worn a bra as an actor more times than a lot of men, and it's not getting into when you get home, but when you get into your changing room and you take off your bra, it's kind of like you can feel the sweatiness just go, like It's not quite the same thing, but I can sort of make the leap, I suppose.
Yeah.
Ladies, do you agree? Let us know. Leave comments below. So, ripping off your bra. Let's see what else we have. Oh, this was one that's been doing the rounds today.
Is this in Malta?
This is in Malta, yes. It is in Malta. No rubbish put in your mama's pussy.
Well, you obviously know that he wanted to write it in Maltese, this guy.
Yes, but the thing is, because there's no there's no form in that sentence. Oh, good. Pia's just tagging some random Swedish person because she doesn't exist. There's no punctuation.
Facebook choose this meme as the sort of cover photo of this video.
Yes, it will.
No rubbish put in your mama's pussy.
No rubbish put in your mama's pussy. So the thing is, where's the full stop? Where should the comma go? Because the meaning changes greatly depending on that.
Oh God.
So this could be a statement to some guy who slept with this guy's mama.
I think it's perfectly written, Wes, to be honest.
I like capital capital letters. That is a win. Where's whoever wrote this?
Yes.
So there are a few random ones in there.
He wanted to make some emphasis.
All written in capital. No, I take that back. It's actually all written in capital. So
I'm not entirely certain, not to piss on this parade, but I'm not entirely certain that that's real, because looking at it, it looks like someone might have superimposed that on the door.
Or less superimposed.
Yeah. Look at it. You could have written.
Chris, this is your problem. You're too cynical. Where's your sense of wonderment?
You're quite.
There are beautiful things. There are beautiful things in the world, and you can't laugh at that Rupert's translation because that's exactly it. There are beautiful things in the world.
It's true. I shouldn't ruin beautiful things in the world with my conspiracy theories about.
Chris, you actually zoom in on that. That is not superimposed. So if you take a look at where is it on the Euro? Let's bring the Euro up on screen, and you go really close in. You can actually see the bits where the paint has been missed. That is either one hell of a Photoshop job, or I don't know. But I think that's real, actually.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I take your word for it. Oh yes, you're right. Okay. Yes, you're right. Yeah. That is real.
Process.
Yeah. So brilliant. No rubbish.
And also, just don't put any rubbish behind this man's door. Exactly.
Oh, okay. So
Instead-
Ruben has translated for us perfectly.
He's
Dit was Zibel Dachnu for Shomok.
If Facebook chooses this, if Facebook chooses that second as the
cover photo. We'll just give it a couple more seconds just in case it wants to choose it. Why not? Yeah. Let's see. Yes, she does. She's an MADC Pantro actress too. Before our time. Ooh.
Who?
Apparently. No, apparently Vanessa Poole Johansson
Vanessa
is a real person.
She's even got an umlaut. Umlaut? Is that how you say it?
And you know what an umlaut is. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Joanna thinks that was aptly put. Yeah, so no rubbish put in your mama's pussy. I would like to I would like to see the punctuation, because without the punctuation, I just think that's a statement to some guy who screwed some other guy's mom.
No rubbish. Oh, it could also be, don't put any rubbish in your mother's pussy.
Yeah, that's
no
right.
rubbish put in your mother. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Cool. There you go.
Just in case anybody
with the comedy nights on Thursday nights.
Just in case anybody was worried whether the show is PG or not. Well, that stayed on screen long enough. Moving on.
If anybody wants us to try to do homeschooling with their kids and teach them punctuation, yeah,
we can do that. We will use this. Yeah. So, Charmaine, I got you, brother. People who want the virus to end. People who go to the beach. Oh, no, you don't. Are you not getting this?
No, I don't. So Charmaine is trying to save people
to get them through the virus, and then people who go to the beach aren't knocking them down with a stick.
Oh, right. Got it.
Right.
Yes, that should be the new Grammarly advert.
Yeah, exactly. Grammarly. Sometimes I don't know where to with Grammarly.
The guy with the what's it called with the spray painting can.
Spraying. In my comma, that's great.
Right. I write emails to my boss.
Sorry.
Which that's what she says. I write lots of emails to my boss.
I'm writing all the time.
All right. Let's move on. Next meme. Finally understand what Zoom meetings remind me of.
What's that? Is that the Muppets?
Is that the beginning of the Muppet Show?
Beginning of the Muppet Show.
Oh,
it's the Muppet Show.
I have to fully agree. That feels like spot on over there.
It does actually.
I love the Muppet Show.
In fact,
watch the Muppet Show today.
It's got the best opening tune of all time,
isn't it?
Song is just the best.
I love it.
The thing is, if I owned Zoom, I would make a feature that you could actually change it to make it look like this.
It's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everybody would be a little bit more interested than in the whole Zoom conversations. Sure. So this is one Steve sent us. Coronavirus. How to stay safe dogging. So stay local. Try to use open spaces near your home. Stay 2 meters from other observers. As you can see, there's 2 meters over there. Stay 2 meters from the car. Don't leave your car. Others can watch but not join in. Antibacterial lubricant is advised. Remember, put tissues in the bin and wash your hands immediately afterwards. If you start, oops, hold on, let's go back. If you start exhibiting symptoms, immediately finish yourself off and return home. It is polite to always, where possible, ejaculate into your elbow. Oh, Steve, where do you find these gems?
Yeah, I've told you I had a very easy day today. This is what I've been doing all day.
Dogging. Steve, if you ask him where the comma, he should answer. Moving on. So yes, this is a fact. Apparently, we can't visit our relatives.
Yeah, this is in the UK.
Can buy and sell houses houses, so I've put my house on the market, and my mom and dad are coming for a viewing at 4:30.
I actually know the guy who came up with this joke originally, and it's become a meme. And he's a very good friend of mine. His name is Don Biswas, and he's a very good comedian. But yeah, because here on Sunday, people became Boris Johnson addressed the nation, and people after his address was so much more confused than they were before his address. And so he was like, yeah, you can go to work or you can't, or you. And one of the things you can do is estate agents can now show people their houses, but at the same time, you're not supposed to visit your relatives, except when you can. Nobody knows what that means. So the point is you can get estate agents to come round, but you can't go visit your family. So that's what the current rules are, as we understand them at the moment here. Very
fantastic.
Good. What a mess!
What a mess!
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Now this is someone. It's something. This is something that affects all of us. All of us have parents or whatever. Are you liking the fact that you can't see your parents, or hating it? But that's why you moved to the UK, Steve. That's why you moved to the UK. So let's see.
No, but I mean, it's like, obviously you would, especially in times like this. Like I would be in Malta at the moment, so I would be, I'd be seeing my mum a little bit more, obviously. So yeah, you do. It's harder for older people. They want to see their kids and their grandkids and stuff. So you understand that it's tough, right? But then the reality of it is that, yeah, it's actually quite good.
How about you, Chris? What do you think about this one?
I like not seeing anybody, to be honest.
That's unfortunate.
There's very little that I miss about our old life. I like the fact that we don't have to go out and that we don't have to meet people. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? It's the best thing in the world.
So essentially, you'd like to keep everything as it is, but have the kids out of the house more.
Yeah, so that's fair enough. Okay. I obviously I'd like for my parents to be able to see the kids. That's and the kids miss my parents as well. So that's if that could change, that would be great. But the meeting people on the street, I mean, it's just, yeah.
Okay, so remember, when you go see Chris on the street, go up to him, shake his hand, give him a hug. That's what he really wants.
Yes, Scroogey McDingley.
So let's move on as we go in. So houses, dogging. No, here we are. So this is one that we've been talking about again and again and again. The year we find aliens, 2020, and there's all these videos out there.
Now,
one crisis at a time.
Have I missed something? Because everybody's talking about aliens, and what
was it last week?
The UFO.
Last week or the week before?
No, it's been a couple of weeks now, hasn't it? The
UFO. A couple of
UFO.
Weeks. The U.S. government released official material saying that they talking about UFOs.
Is that actually real, though? Is that
yes.
actually?
Yeah.
That's all real.
It was on BBC and everything.
Yeah.
It was everywhere.
Yeah. I kind of assumed it was just like a bullshit
story. No. So it had been leaked, and then the US government said
confirmed it.
Yeah, yes. There's no point in these. Yeah, we can't deny this. It's happened.
So there's actual UFOs have been officially sighted.
But again, UFOs
are unidentified. They don't know whether they're aliens or not.
They don't know what they are. So there hasn't been anyone sort of, hello, I come from the planet Jupiter. There's not been none of that.
As if they'd come from Jupiter. They'd come from Uranus.
Well, thank you very much. Have you seen Bad Milo, by the way, which is an amazing movie about a little monster? So somebody's very stressed. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but I discovered this yesterday and I haven't watched it yet. And I'm like, I should have written this movie. It's about a guy who's really super stressed, like everything around and his stress comes out of his ass in the form of a monster called Milo. So he literally poos out this monster called Milo, who is the personification of his stress. And this ass monster goes off and sorts everything out, kills off the people who are stressing him out, and sorts out all his stresses. It's called Bad Milo, and I haven't watched it yet, but I feel like this is going to be the greatest film ever.
You've learned this in your writing. You learned about this in your writing course.
No, I was looking through. So I'm doing a script writing thing, and through the script writing thing, I was looking for movies, and then I kind of was looking at other movies, and ended up on this, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, this is the greatest movie of all time. This is like, it's up there. It's like Citizen Kane, my Citizen Kane. Have you seen
what Milo looks like? He's terrifying.
I know. It's amazing.
We'll bring it up in a minute. Hold on. Let's bring him up.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Let's bring him up completely.
Bad Milo. It's an amazing movie.
Yeah, Bad Milo.
That's not him. That's me. Or Tom Camilleri. Who can tell the difference?
Tom. hey, well, one of you's got bigger.
Actually, I do like this meme though. 2019, 2020, 2020, 21. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'm speaking as someone who doesn't need bigger ears. It's.
Well, you could just tie it. You can just tie it at the back of your head, or you can just tie the bits together.
Can you? No. Mine have.
Depends on the type of
rings. You know.
All right.
You got to book them.
Hey, what about I'm a bitch a paper clip.
All right, MacGyver. It's like now.
So these are my new social distancing shoes have arrived.
Okay. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Yes. It's out.
What I can't figure out is why someone made this.
What?
It's because they were bored, Wes. It's the same reason that people go on TikTok and put videos up. Is because they were bored and they just decided that that's why somebody made that. I don't think it's too difficult to make on Photoshop either. So,
I don't think that's Photoshop, Steve. I think that's an art piece.
Photoshop.
No, I think that's an art piece.
Going close. Hello.
I can't go in close. Hold on. Can I go in close?
What's that?
Let's see where we can do this. Can I zoom in? No, I can't zoom. Or maybe
you can't zoom in.
Try.
All right.
No, I can't zoom in on this.
Oh,
but let's move back. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so newscasters in Australia and New Zealand are exploring the travel bubble, allowing citizens to visit each other's country without going into quarantine, which could be a model for other neighboring nations. Canada. Yeah. To be fair, if I was Canada right now and I was on the border of the States, apparently Maria Christina Taylor East loves the shoe.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I designed it myself.
Yeah, I would be scared if I was Canada. This is just like the Malta-Sicily travel bubble. Now we know where they got the idea from. Or did Australia and New Zealand get the idea from?
I think Australia and New Zealand got it first. I think. Yes.
And let's be honest. It was the New Zealand Prime Minister who came up with it, right? Because she's just
she's coming up with everything. Liberica and savior of the world, Mother Teresa reincarnated.
She's another bugbear of yours, isn't she?
No, I like her. I do. I like her, and she's a great leader, and everybody should be doing what she does. And this is true. What isn't true is the fact that she's not. She isn't like, it's like, oh my God, she's cured coronavirus. What? How? Did she freaking bite it with her massive teeth? She hasn't cured coronavirus. She lives in a tiny place with like 14 people live. And she closed the borders, which is what she should have done. Oh, well done. It's like she's performing miracles. Oh my God, I've got Ebola. Come shit on my chest. It's like she's not a miracle worker. She's just a good leader. What's terrible is that we live in a world where that's the standard. Wow, a leader has stopped people from being killed. How amazing! It's like yeah, that's the least they should be doing, really. Anyway, I think she's good though.
Steve,
I fancy her, to be honest.
Steve, I would love. I'm going to reach out to Russell Brand to see if you can be on his podcast.
Okay, damn. Okay, cool.
That was not what I was expecting to happen after at the end of that. I'm still on the come shit on my chest part of that rant. You know, but Wes is thinking about Russell Brand somehow.
Yeah, no, because essentially that what's it called? That rant just reminded me of a Russell Brand-esque rant, and I could see Steve and him in the same room having a rant at each other, and the world would just implode.
I met his dad actually. I had a gig recently. Well, recently it hasn't been recent, but before all this happened, I had a gig with a very famous British comedian called Bobby Davro. He was very famous in like the 80s. Okay. Bobby Davro was his best mate is Russell Brand's dad, and he's got a little entourage of people who come with him. One of them is just Russell Brand's dad. So we had a beer with Russell Brand's dad. Yeah,
and you were supposed to be on a show with Russell Brand once upon a time.
I was. Then the show never happened. But yes, I was supposed to be on the show. That's where I met an adult performer on a train. And I'm like, I know this person from. I'm like, where do I know this person from? Like, where do I know this person from? And I'm just thinking, racking my brain. I'm like, how the hell? Then hear me. Like, oh my god, I know where I know this person from. And I had to. I'm sitting right next to her, and I just started giggling like an idiot. So like, had to go to the toilets for about a few minutes, and then came back much calmer. And then enjoyed the rest of the journey and didn't speak to her at all, just kind of looked at her over my phone and giggled like an idiot for the rest of the journey. Anyway, that's what
we can move on. So go back. We fucked up somewhere. Gotta agree with that.
Is that a Trump? Yes, that's a Trump.
Yeah, that's Trump. That's Trump.
Yeah, I mean that could have been. You don't need COVID for that. That meme could have been put up any time since 2016, right?
Yes, but especially during COVID, he's shown his colors. I'm not sure if you guys have you guys been watching any of the late night TV show hosts.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's what you. I mean, what COVID is doing is it's just amplifying who people are, their capabilities.
Yeah.
So same with Boris Johnson. You know, the guy is you elect a populist leader. They only have one thing that they know how to do, or that they went to. That they didn't have a plan for anything. Same with this guy, you know. So
and also they have their they obviously have different like you choose politicians, in my opinion, according to values that they're supposed to uphold, right? And these guys have obviously got certain values that favor big business and stuff like that. They don't favor people's health and people's lives. And now, when the shit hits the fan, that's kind of you can tell. Just look at the countries that have got the worst number of deaths. So,
did you see? He visited a factory, and in the background they had "Live and Let Die" playing.
Yeah, that guy who played that, what a hero! The guy who put that on in the background, that was a factory worker who did that on purpose. So,
was it?
But did you? Yes. So that came out.
It was ironic. Live and Let Die.
No. He did that on purpose. So a guy did that knowing he was coming. So whoever that factory worker was.
But did you hear? He tried to go to another protective PPE factory, and they wouldn't let him come. Yeah. They wouldn't. They said, "I'm sorry, no, but you're risking our lives. Do not come." And
but despite all that, I think he'll still win the election in November. Despite all that, I think if there was an election here next week, Boris Johnson would win by a landslide again. So I don't know, man. I've given up trying to understand how people. But also, it's a waste. It just gives me a headache. So I'm not gonna. I don't really try not to think about it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Look up boobs.
This is one for Chris.
Exactly.
Do I enjoy being stuck in the house with nowhere to go? No. Will I actually start going places and being social when the quarantine is over? Also, no. Is that Chris in a nutshell?
Damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touch terrace, man. This is heaven for you.
So, Maria Christina Taylor says, so true. What you're saying, true colors are coming out from everyone. Indeed.
Yeah, there you go. You even get astute political commentary on this show.
Yeah, you get it all. In fact, I'm going to share one last thing. Hold on, there we are.
This is basically this. So you get the political commentary that you would have got if you watched the Repubblica live stream.
Yeah, they're doing live streams all the time.
So you get the political commentary you would have got there, but probably a bit less biased, and you get boobs, which you don't get on. I don't know if they talk about just more. P, I could let us know if you're still watching P.
Yeah. Do they talk about boobs on Republica's live stream?
The best one there is basically this one.
But we do have something important to speak about, don't we, Chris?
Yes.
And what is that something?
Have you found Jesus yet? Because important. We've got to talk about Artists United, I think.
That's
it. You were setting
performers. It up. 4 performers as Artists United.
Eva.
That, in my opinion, is slogan of the year. It beats "Lot Was Me" in any time.
Cool. It's,
I didn't come up with it. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
It's it was never meant to be a slogan. It was just part of the spiel that we put together. But it's a live stream that's happening on the 6th of June. It's a maratona, where we're going to get local performers, because local performers have had their income slashed.
I've got a knife. If you'd like to, when you say slashed, I can come in with a knife.
Have had their income slashed, some people would say decimated, but they would be wrong. They would be wrong because people misuse the word decimated. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to help artists tide over this period and expose them to new audiences. Not in a weird way. So we're inviting Maltese performers to come and be on this live show where they will perform, and we will talk to them. We'll ask them questions. They can talk to us about what they do. They will be performing live during this event. And when the public donate money to the performers, half of the money of the proceeds will go towards the performers, and the other half will go to artists themselves that are in the show. We're paying artists to be in the show, and the other half of the proceeds will go towards putting on a live celebratory show once COVID restrictions are lifted. So we'll all be in our 60s. On stage doing
it'll be a reunion concert. Why not? From our side, we're going to be announcing the artists who are going to be involved from next week. We'll be having the official announcement of that. But if you are an artist and do want to get involved, make sure we have an open call, which is open till tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's Friday the 15th at 5 p.m. Make sure you do sign up before then, because over the weekend we'll be selecting all the artists who will be taking part in this great thing, which is going to be streamed on Love in Malta.
And even if you sign up, there's no obligation, at this point. You can sign up, and then if you think it's not for you, then it's then.
Il passato is garantiato al futuro.
That's so. If you know anybody who is a performer,
and what sort of artist, guys? Can it be? Does it have to be singers or dancers? What sort of artists are we after?
It can be anything. It can be puppetry. It can be mime. It can be Japanese kabuki theater. Whatever it is.
It could be that. It could be that graffiti artist who put up that.
Yes, if you're the graffiti artist.
Yeah. It could be this guy.
Yeah, if this is you, if you're watching, this is your opportunity to actually make money from your art.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. So basically, we don't want to be the generation that let Maltese culture get defeated by the virus.
That's
okay. I thought you were going to say
that's it, guys. So yes, if you are an artist,
on those things you can look at the icons. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking at the icons that are behind the Artists United logo, and some of them are incredible, man. There's pan pipes. I I believe that's a snowflake. I believe we've
Yeah,
already
where? That is a baton twirler. That's a baton twirling.
Any baton twirlers can take part as well.
Baton twirlers can do it.
Anybody who makes 3D films can do that as well.
3D films, of course.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but if you're an artist, join us. And next week we'll be announcing the acts. We've had a couple of very, very, very big names who are going to be joining on this. Yes,
That's
I mean, like much bigger than I ever expected. I was like, holy shit, they joined? Cool.
I think you've got quite big expectations. Michigan Week by middle expectations.
Brian Adams.
Yeah, it's Brian Adams. Right? No, Brian Adams is not going to be on Artist United.
Is the Celine Dion concert still happening or not?
I have no idea. By the way, that was a message promotionally. I'm not sure if it is because we're not making any money from it. But yes, there we are. Is Celine Dion still happening? Well, Celine Dion hasn't been happening since the 90s.
That's very true.
I think that deserved
That was really good, but Chris is like African American kind of. Oh no, you didn't. We didn't.
Wow. Watching Community and Chang is getting to me a little bit.
Oh my god, where are you? I've been watching Community as well. I'm into the second season.
Bonnie Taylor. Okay.
Oh,
what does that mean?
Bonnie Taylor. That's one of the 80s porn stars. That's Steve.
Yeah, Bonnie Taylor. Bonnie Taylor. Bonnie Taylor would be like a porn star spoof of Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart. So maybe maybe
turn around.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that one that was requesting anal?
I don't know. What?
I don't know.
A Total Eclipse of the Heart. How does it start?
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit
Bonnie Tyler.
Wow.
Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah. Bonnie. Oh, yeah. I think Joanna is asking if that's your big name.
No, we could ask her. We could ask her, but I doubt she'll come.
Once, Bonnie Tyler.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
She did come on. Yeah, she did.
Fantastic. Guys, I just realized
what an anticlimax.
Yeah, I know.
Bonnie Tyler.
Bonnie Tyler.
That's how we're ending it.
It's about time how we're going to end the show. Yeah, this is me eating out for the 5th time this week because I care about small business. Jack Nicholson, I hope he doesn't get coronavirus because if he's looking like that when he dies, that'd just be a shame.
On that note, everybody have a lovely evening.
Yeah, have a lovely evening. Keep smiling.
Wow.
Guys, take care. Be good. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be back on Saturday. We're going to have a game on Saturday. We're going to have some interesting guests in on Saturday. The Comedy Night Juniors will be joining us on Saturday. Mushkallah. We don't have enough space for all of them.
Mushlan Tibartaji.
No. Don't worry. Don't worry. So we'll be back Saturday. Take care, guys. Have a very, 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 very good Friday. And until then, ciao.
Goodbye.
Bye.